This validation in some sorts is a confidence boost. It's making the insecurity seem a little less in that moment. Because then it may seem like things that she had or things that they have changed about themselves may seem worth it when they compliment on it. In terms of style, wearing short dresses, I've searched for validation immensely. The way I look now is not what I looked like 3 years ago. I've changed myself in so many ways to try suit or try hide my own insecurities. I started working out to seem more attractive to women. I changed myself to a point where I wasn't happy. I'm still not happy with the fact that I changed myself. For guys, we can change ourselves to be F-boys to look like F-boys. I'm constantly assumed to be one when I know I'm not one. And girls are constantly assumed to be hoes just by the way they dress, and that's unfair. It's unfair assumptions based off how we look, and it's a hard thing to change. Because sometimes it's uncontrollable and sometimes it is controlled. Changing it is simply by surrounding yourself with people that you feel comfortable enough to express who you really are with. So, friends that allow you to be goofy, stupid, and without any judgment or reservations. Find people where it's easy to express yourself with. It doesn't have to be a large group. Just 2 people is honestly all you need. There's no use of it. It's useless. Feeling insecure about a guy is useless. It's temporary. That guy's not going to be around forever. There's going to be a point where your lives just separate. Insecurities mainly come from yourself. Things that you don't feel comfortable about, or things that have been pointed out your whole life. It's what gets to you. And now if a guy's bringing that out in you, or he's the cause of it, he's not needed in your life, number one. And number 2, that's the time where you need to sit down and reflect and see why you're insecure about it. What are you comparing yourself to? Or what is he comparing you to for you to be insecure about it? Stop comparing yourself or stop being compared to something that's impossible to strive for. There is no perfect female, there is no perfect male. It's impossible. The only thing that can be perfect is you being happy with yourself.
So the first question I got is, do you think that males look for validation from females and vice versa? And I think that's strictly down to the individual. I think it's down to the person's beliefs and how much they value themselves and how much they know themselves and how much they expect from themselves. I think it's very easy to get swayed into pleasing the opinions of others, trying to please others by looking what people expect of you, acting how people expect of you. And I think because of that, if you are not complete in yourself, especially in relationships, you can get lost in the relationship trying to please your partner. So I think it goes for both ways in saying that it's all about the individual and what the individual believes in. And I always tell people that any person looking to go into a relationship should be so complete in themselves and so sure of themselves that they do not look to replace anything in their lives by adding a relationship. And them joining the relationship is just them becoming something more whole with someone else, becoming something new rather than that person completing them. So I think it's down to that. If you're looking for someone to complete you, then it's very easy to look for their validation all the time. But if you believe that you're complete in yourself and you love yourself as you are, then no. The second one is, how can guys change the idea of girls wanting validation and vice versa? And I think the role that people can play, unfortunately, people will always have opinions. I think that's just the world that we live in. We're free to have our own thoughts, we're free to have our own speech and to believe in our own ideas. So we will always have opinions on each other, about each other, and I think that's inevitable. I think the one role that we can play is being respectful to the people around us and limiting our judgments to ourselves. I think it's creating an environment where people can be themselves and removing a standard on how a girl should act or how a guy should act or how someone should look. I think that's the biggest challenge that we're facing in the world, that we have so many standards and people are going so crazy trying to meet every single standard or meeting the standards of what the world expects of them, that sometimes we do tend to lose ourselves, and in losing ourselves, that's when we start searching for the validation of others. So I think personally, what both females and males can do, or whatever whoever can do to make the world a little bit easier for other people, is by removing those standards and creating an environment where we accept each and every single person as they are, with their flaws and with their with their talents or whatever. Just accepting people as they are.
Hey man. I think that's just how we are. That's just how people are. Not just guys. Girls also do that. I'm pretty sure girls compare guys. Maybe you guys don't say it out loud, but I think you compare guys. Yeah, but I think that's just human nature. Honestly, yeah. I think it's because of black culture, American black culture, which kind of found its way to the hip hop, the music industry, hip hop, rap, trap, all that stuff, and we grow up hearing these things, the whole that's my bitch and that bitch, blah 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 blah, the objectifying, and it kind of just sticks with us, as we grow up. It becomes the norm, and then yeah, you get objectified women. Yeah, like I said, we grew up with this stuff, so maybe teach your kids not to objectify women. But as of now, like the generations that are here now, yeah, I don't